Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosi. On here I do videos on self-improvement, self-development and everything nice. Sometimes a vlog, and in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back. Mariji. I'm so happy to have you here once again. So guys, today we're going to be talking on how to glow up emotionally, mentally and spiritually. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we get into this video, in case you can hear my voice sounding somehow, I am down with cold, so please pardon my voice. We are so caught up in a lot of glow up, and we do it physically, mostly physically, right? Everybody wants to change the way they dress, they want to change the way they look, right? And we forget the major parts, which is the emotional parts, the mental parts, and the spiritual parts. Now, I'm not going to come here and tell you guys that, you know, blowing up physically is a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. It's actually one of the things that can actually boost, your confidence. But it's very important to always know that glowing up starts from within. Glowing up starts from inside. Glowing up is how much you have changed behind closed doors, aside from what people can see, that okay, yes, this person has changed. Well, is it a facade, like you just change physically, but mentally you're still the same, spiritually you're still the same, emotionally you're still the same. It still boils down back to you're still the same thing. You don't just only glow up, physically. So I'm going to break this in parts: emotional, mental and spiritual, right? And we're just going to talk about it generally. Now, let's talk about the emotional part. Now, for you to glow up emotionally, it's saying that you have to think about yourself emotionally. Now, this includes different type of things. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes, so I'm on track, right? It includes how do you feel, emotions, your feelings, right? And it is very important to know when you are emotionally in a mess. Let me, for lack of a better word, emotionally messed up. Now, there's something that's like that. You are emotionally messed up. This is where your emotions are everywhere. Like they're just everywhere. You can't place if you're angry. You can't place if you're sad. You can't place it if you are going through hormones like is making your emotions to go up and down. You can't place the reason why you are not happy. You can't place the reason why you're sad. Now, a lot of us go through that. I have times that I go through that. I'm mostly times where, maybe periods are coming or something. I'm a woman and I go through a lot of emotions. But because of how much I have worked on my emotions, right? I know when I don't feel good. So there are times where I say I don't feel good, but I don't know why. And I just, open my app and be like, oh, my period is coming, right? I can say that, oh, I feel sad or I'm not good. Why? Because I'm broke, right? I can place it. Now, I got there with a lot of work. I didn't know that before, and it gave me out of control characters, in sense of I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. I could know that I'm angry, but how am I supposed to deal with it, right? Now, I could be angry and I know that okay, my period is coming, that's why I am angry. I know how to work it, right? I could be angry and I know that oh, somebody pissed me off or somebody really pushed my button, that's why I'm angry. Like I can pick it. I can say, okay, this is what is happening to me because of this. I feel like this because of this, right? I can easily tell myself that okay, I feel this type of way because of what this person did to me, right? I feel this type of way because I feel like my self-worth is being reduced, or I feel like my confidence is not, up there, it's not high enough, right? So it's always very important to glow up emotionally, and these are the ways that you can do that. You can do that through therapy. Now, when God gives me the money that I am looking for, that I want, I'm definitely doing therapy. Now, I don't care what people think therapy is, that oh, you have a problem, Therapy is professional help. And I find it very cool that I can sit down and express myself to someone that is not going to judge me, is going to tell me the truth. Someone that I am, paying to listen to me and give me professional solutions to how I feel, and someone that is guiding me, to be better. But for the meantime, in case you are trying to look for a way to work on your emotions and glow up your emotions, have them under control, there are two ways you can do that. You can try ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free, is the free therapy that you need. ChatGPT picks you up. ChatGPT lets you know that, okay, yes, you seem like your worth is being reduced. You seem like your confidence is being reduced. You seem like, oh, this is what you're not supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Now I will come and say that don't place ChatGPT over God, right? Don't always think that ChatGPT is there. So all my emotions, how I feel, I talk to God. Now I know the difference. There are times where I'm like, okay, this one is God. This one is you, God, and this one is like, okay, ChatGPT, what do you think about this? I'm not going to come here and lie to you guys that I don't use ChatGPT. I do, and I will tell you guys that it has really been part of the things that has helped me to get my emotions in place. But as importantly, like I said, don't replace having a relationship with God with ChatGPT. I don't know. They are two different things, right? So the next one you can do is journaling. You can journal your thoughts, write it down, write everything down, write your emotions down, write it down. I've come to understand that when you journal, when you write things down, it helps you to ease the stress. When you write things down, when you talk to a therapist, right? It looks like you've given what you feel, how you feel, you've given it to someone else, right? And you're just left like, okay, it seems like a weight has been put off your shoulders. And it is very, very important to journal. Journal has changed my life. Journaling has changed my life. Sometimes I don't journal every day, right? But to the days that I have journaled, I've been it takes me back. Sometimes I sit down and I open my journal and I'm like, oh, I've really come far, right? So it's always very important if you're trying to grow up emotionally, seek help, journal, connect with people. If you have people that you trust, people that you know that they really and genuinely care about you, sit down and talk to them. Open up. It's actually not a good thing where you keep things to yourself. Open up to someone. Like, it really helps. They say a problem shared is a problem I have solved. And if you know that you are the type not to want to talk because you don't want them to see you sometimes certain type of way, maybe you don't want them to see you as being weak or whatever it might be, therapy, right? So it's always very important. And if you know you can't sit to talk to someone face to face, ChatGPT, right? So it's always very important. This is a big major part of our lives when we're trying to glow up. Glowing up emotionally is a game changer. It's something that you have to do for you to be emotionally, stable, emotionally matured. When you're emotionally mature, trust me, there's nothing that comes through your life that you will not be able to navigate. And it is one life hack I feel like everybody needs to have, right? You also need to practice gratitude. Sometimes you feel some type of way, you're sad or this and that, and you start to count the blessings that you have around you, you'll feel better. Now, I've done that so many times and I feel better. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not supposed to be where I am right now and what's going on. And I just look at the things around me, I'm like, "Brr, brr, this is a lot, right? I never thought I would be doing this, or I never thought I would be at this stage of my life, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. But it is not where I want to be. It is not the big picture that I have for myself, but it's something, and I'm grateful for it. So practice gratitude, and I've come to notice that when you are grateful for the things that you have, more is coming. Like, it's not something that we say, oh, that's just superstitious. No, it's not. It's actually the real thing, right? when you're happy about the little things that you have right now going on for you right now, more will come, right? And trust me, it's gratitude is one of the best thing that you can, do for yourself. The next one is mental glow up. Now, for mental glow up is quite simple. It's kind of intertwined with emotional glow up, because if you're okay emotionally, you can be okay. You can be okay mentally. Now, this is simple. Exercising, exercising. I will not stop to emphasize on the power of taking walks and taking walks. Let's not even go far. Taking walks. Taking a walk helps you to regulate your mind. Now, I don't know how to say it, but last year I used to walk and I did that for like 3 months there around. Then I stopped because I was losing weight, and that was not the goal. The goal was to be mentally okay, right? So I stopped. Recently, for this is 5 months later, I'm back to it. And if I tell you that I've been better compared to the way I was 5 months or 4 months ago, I will I like I it's the best thing I've ever done for myself. Taking a walk, I do this every morning. Not every morning, but I do this once in a while because I do it almost 4 times. The goal is 4 times a week because I'm not trying to lose weight, right? And I've come to see difference in my life. I want to it seemed like when I go for a walk, it seemed like I release some type of, I don't know what it's called. I'm not in the medical line, so it seemed like I released some type of hormones or something that makes me want to see good in the day, that I want to see better in the day. Now, this is as simple as just walking, putting on a podcast. I started doing that lately, and that's because I'm trying to understand my iPhone, and I didn't know that it had like a podcast something. And I saw it, I was like, oh, nice. Went on TikTok, podcast that I can listen to for self improvement, self development, you know, increasing my spirituality, things like that. And it was just there, and I downloaded it and I listen to it. And sometimes I just play worship songs. So it's always very, very important for you to um know that your mental health is very important. Taking walks will help you so much. And if you are trying to deep down into exercising, you can exercise, go to the gym. You don't have to do it every time. You even don't have to go to the gym, but I will say go to the gym so that you can be held accountable. Now, I've tried to exercise by myself, and I've come to notice that it cannot work because I'm trying to do it alone, right? Well, if I had a partner or I had someone that we will go together, trust me, going to the gym is something that I will always want to do, right? So going to the gym, exercising in your house, this really helps your brain to be settled for a while, not thinking about the whole thing that you've made the brain to think about throughout the week. It just sees your mind for a while, and I low-key feel like it release something into your brain, right? Or it release something out of your brain that just makes you chilled, makes you know that okay, yes, I'm human, I'm trying to connect, with what is happening. So it's always very important to exercise, sleep, sleep, sleep. We underestimate the power of sleep. We're in a world where we insult people that sleep too much. Now you're not supposed to sleep oversleep because you're not a lazy person, right? But it's always very important for you to sleep. You see that 8 hours that they told us that we should be sleeping, 8 hours. It's very important. It helps you to function right. If you don't sleep well, your mind will be all over the place. Your brain will be all over the place. You're going to be thinking too much. You will not know how to seize things. But when you sleep, you allow your mind to be at rest. Your brain is going to be at rest. Your brain is going to refresh, you know, for anything else that's coming up next. You need to sleep, sleep, sleep. Sleep does a lot of good to your mental health than we talk about most of the time. And it is something that I've just come to understand and come to realize now that you need to sleep. Lastly, on this part of mental growth is practicing the act of calmness. I have a video on that. I'm not going to say that I will link it, but I will try to link it. Practicing the act of calmness is something that I am working on. It's something that I had to tap into because I knew that mentally not being calm and being anxious and overthinking is not helping me. So you know what? We're going to be pouring water on our body once in a while, I'm going to be relaxing. And you know what? I started doing the rule of I'll think about this for 24 hours and think about this for 12 hours before I can say something. If I feel like my mind is still saying that I should react, I will react. But if my mind is not saying I should not react, I will not react. That is the way that I have practiced calmness and I am practicing it, right? Because I used to be a mess on if I think the problem with me is was that I hardly get angry. It takes me a lot of time to get angry. But when I am pissed, when I'm angry or something, I want to scatter the whole thing like now. But I had to learn over time that it's okay to be calm, right? You see, all those calmness that I had not to be too angry about certain things for a long time. Why will I now think that I can talk about something in less than 5 minutes and just scatter the whole thing? But I got to grow into calmness and think about it. If I have an issue in my mind and I'm on the 24 hours, 12 hours, I give myself maximum of 6 hours. Sometimes I do 1 hour, right? So I don't overreact. Now, I don't say that I react, I am verbally, no, but I react in sense of um some things. I don't pick the things, that I say sometimes and I'm like, this is not a good thing. I had to work on it, right? I had to work on it like, okay, if I'm relaxed for 1 hour, 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours before I say something, I say things better. I express myself better. I pass the message better than if I say it in like 30 minutes and I like scatter everything. So that is one thing, one way you can glow up, mentally is practicing the act of calmness. Very important. The last but not the least is spirituality. Now, for you to grow up in this, is having to it's just two things basically. Is having to connect with nature. Like I said, go for walks, go out, talk to people. You're not the only one in this world. Talk to people, get to know people more, try to network, try to do things that will make you be in connection with humans like you, right? So it's always very important. If you are not the type that like to go out, you can actually just be online, get to connect with people. What is more important is that you are connecting with nature, and the other part of this is having a religion that you believe, no matter what the religion is, as long as you believe in it, as long as you stay true by it, that's your glow up. And what is more important in this glow up is increasing the relationship you have with the religion that you have picked for yourself. For me, I'm a Christian, and when I picked this mentally, emotionally, spiritually glow up that I wanted, I knew I wanted um, more. I knew I wanted to increase my relationship with God, and I started looking for ways to do that. I do that sometimes through my not sometimes every time through my work. When I go to work, when I'm working, I do it in ways that it seems like me and God were working together, right? Just have like discussions as a way of building relationship with God. And I always say this and I'll say it again. The fact that you go to church every day doesn't mean that you have a relationship with God. The fact that you pray, this it doesn't mean that you have a relationship with God. You are just being spiritual, right, or religious. Sorry, but you having a communication, a relationship with God is simply to the littlest thing. I say this all the time. To the littlest thing, I feel some type of way. God today, I don't like it. Oh, this is happening. What are you saying? Listening, paying attention. God is trying to talk to you. Are you paying attention? God is telling you that okay, this thing is good for you. I like no, I don't like it. Are you paying attention? God is saying don't go there. God is saying don't act like this. That is you having a relationship with God. God is saying shut up. Actually, sometimes I really, really want to get on people's nerves back because they got on my nerves, and it's like there's no need. I'm not saying you that part, right? So it's always very, very important to have a relationship with God or whatever religion that you've picked. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you're not. Please give me a comment and please share this video to someone that you feel might need it. I will really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye all.